Guys, Gary Vee ruined marketing. And no, this isn't to say that everything he does sucks, or I've never been a fan of his, or that he provides zero value to the overall marketing space, but it is to say that if you follow his advice, it's going to do you a lot more harm than it does good. Before I get into exactly why, make sure you like this video, subscribe, leave a comment, you know the drill. Now, before I go into why I think his advice really hurts the online marketing space, let's talk about the things he does well. Number one, he preaches the healthy kind of vulnerability. And when I say vulnerability, I don't mean like getting overtly emotional and like crying for the sake of crying. What I mean is putting yourself in a position where you could be rejected. Putting yourself out there as a content creator is not easy for everybody to do. And I think Gary Vee encourages people to do that in a really healthy manner that is going to help their overall brand. Being consistent, putting yourself out there, and talking about the things that you actually want to talk about are really good things to help work the muscle of filming, editing, and posting, which is what's going to move the needle forward. The second thing he talks about is consistency. Consistency is the most important aspect when it comes to building an online content plan, because if you post every day for an entire week and then don't post for 2 months, that week doesn't matter. It's like going to the gym. Eating great for a week isn't going to help you lose weight if you eat McDonald's for a month straight. And Gary Vee is quite possibly the most consistent person online. And if he's not up there, he's top 5 for sure. In fact, Gary Vee's so consistent that a content agency that I used to work for, their entire strategy was, well, what's Gary Vee doing? And let's just do that for ourselves and our clients. Now, on a bit of a deeper level, the things that Gary Vee does well is that he appeals to your emotion. When you watch Gary Vee's content, it's very motivational. It pumps you up a lot. The whole point is to appeal to your emotional side, which is amazing because that's the heart of what all amazing marketing does. It's not supposed to attack your logical brain because that's not where you make decisions from. It's like saying, would you rather sign up for a fitness program that gives you a customized meal plan and a customized workout plan for 90 days? Or would you rather sign up for a workout program that's gonna help you get that look that your wife gave you when you guys first started dating, so she's gonna actually wanna have sex with you again? Obviously the second one, because it appeals to your emotional side and things that you actually want on a deeper level. And so when you watch Gary Vee's content, you should really focus on the emotions that he draws out of you. You can do it. You have a lot of time. It's not too late for you. More volume wins, so you should get out there and put yourself out there. These qualities are what has given Gary Vee such a large fan base. He makes you feel like you're capable of more, and he makes you feel like success is imminent. So of course people like that message. And the next thing that he does on an emotional level that I really like, and I think a lot of people miss, is he absolves you of the things that you either have done wrong or that you don't do. One of his biggest messages is you have so much time. Even if you're 40, you have at least another 40 years. And what he's doing here isn't just trying to pander to people who aren't young content creators in order to get them to buy his programs. I don't even know if he sells programs, honestly. What he's doing is he's absolving you of the fears that you have. I'm 40, I'm running out of time. He's telling you, no, you're not. You can still do it. Go for it. You got this. When people tell him, Gary, my parents don't like what I'm doing, he goes,
fuck your parents.
So that's something that he does extremely well, and I don't want that to go lost. However, Gary Vee is kind of like eating at Subway. It does a lot of things well, but when it comes down to getting to where you really want to go, I'm not sure if it actually gets the job done as efficiently as you need it to. There are 3 main Gary Vee pillars that I think delude a lot of online marketers and content creators and send them down a path that's not going to maximize their ability to sign clients and make as much money as they want. Pillar number 1, you are the niche. If I gave myself permission to get a stupid tattoo, like one that I don't even like because I like all mine and I have a lot, I would get "you are not the niche" tattooed on my forehead. The idea that you are the niche, like I get why he says it and I get why people say it, because what they're telling you is lean into the things that you do well, lean into the things that you find interesting. However, that's bad advice because people don't come to your page to just listen to you speak, especially if you're a new creator. People come to your page for the specific value that you add to their life and how you impact the people that you serve. Gary Vee can say you are the niche because he's already famous. People want to hear famous, successful people talk rather than people who they don't know. People are more likely to listen to a famous person or a rich or successful person go off on tangents about things they find interesting because they have credibility. They have the social proof of being successful, rich, and famous. It's like if you had just like a blue-collar construction worker and Harry Styles say the exact same message. People would believe Harry Styles because, well, you're not an idiot, and you know why. You are the niche's bad advice, because when you're a newer creator and you're under 100K followers and you're still trying to build your brand and you're still trying to build your online business, just posting about what you want to post is going to dilute the amount of people you could be serving. Let's say Gary Vee has 10 million people who follow him on all his platforms. When he talks about buying the New York Jets, let's say 10,000 people like that and they care about the New York Jets and they like when he talks about that. You could look and be like, wow, Gary Vee, 10,000 people like him talking about the New York Jets and wanting to buy them. That's awesome. But if you only have a following of like 10,000 people and 10 of them like it when you talk about, the Raptors, you're alienating an overwhelming majority of people by just talking about what you want to talk about. Gary Vee started with wine.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Wine Library TV.
He started small, he niched down and helped a specific group of people solve specific problems. Then he expanded out to online marketing, to business building, to content, to personal development. Once he became huge, same thing with Hormozi. Hormozi talks about, oh, you are the niche. Gary Vee had this great advice and it's so good because I wish I came up with it myself. He started with gym launch. That's the only thing he did, because nobody heard of Hormozi in the context that they hear about him now when he was doing gym launch. Once that became super successful, then he started branching out. But even then, the content that hits the most from both of these guys are talking to the niche that they serve the most. Gary Vee doesn't do wine anymore. He does online marketing. Alex Hormozi does online marketing. People listen to him because he talks about online marketing. They buy his books because they're about what? Online marketing. Exactly. No, and Hormozi says, like, I talk about philosophy, I talk about working out, I talk about comedy. Hormozi, I've never seen a Hormozi video where he talks about comedy one time. Like, not a singular time I've seen a comedy video of his. Ever. So I don't know why he keeps saying that. And those other things like philosophy and working out, his working out advice appeals to a small part of his audience, but again, his overall audience is huge. And the philosophy stuff ties into business, so it's more popular. Do you see what I'm saying? You should solve a specific problem for a specific group of people and talk about everything that is associated and related to that problem. Because once you get big, once you get to The Rock and Joe Rogan and Hormozi and Gary Vee, you can talk about other things and not lose your pull. But until then, you're going in a bunch of different directions and it's hurting your ability to go as efficiently as possible in the direction you want to go in. Pillar number 2, do more. Guys, and it's not just Gary Vee. A lot of people talk about it. Grant Cardone talks about this. Grant Cardone is another person who I think fits in this category of they do some good, but overall at the end of the day, I think they hurt a lot of people who they talk to rather than help them. If you analyze what they do rather than what they actually tell you to do, it would help you way more. Doing more is a solution once you have foundations in place. For example, when I started working with Corey Armstrong, he was posting every single day and he had been doing training for 6 years. He had been online for 3 or 4 years. His content that he was doing before I started working with him wasn't great. The only place he was signing clients was Facebook, but that's because he was writing all the content. He was working with a content agency that was doing Instagram, but it wasn't actually closing anybody. All of a sudden, posting 3 times a day instead of once wasn't going to get him more sales. He needed to fix the problem, which was the content was not converting. It's better to walk slowly up a ladder that is placed against the right building than to speed up a ladder that is placed on the wrong building. Once I started working with Corey and we continued to post once a day, I doubled his income within 3 months only using organic. By the end of 2022, because this happened in the summer and the early fall, Corey was up to 21K a month. That's when we started posting more. We started posting twice a day, got him to 26. 3 times a day, got him up to 40. Now he's at 50 consistently. Doing more is great, but it's not a solution to all your problems. It's like saying, doctor, I'm not losing weight. Just run more, bro. Run more. What are you doing? Run more. No, that's an awful solution. It's not gonna get you to where you wanna go. It's gonna hurt your knees. It's gonna make you tired all the time, and it's not gonna help you lose weight, especially if your nutrition is garbage. So doing more is not always going to be the solution. In fact, 8-9 times out of 10, you probably need to fix the messaging of what you're saying. Pillar number 3, just add value. I get why this is said so much. You wanna be valuable to the people that you're serving, but the problem with the just add value thing is it's so vague. Add value where? To who? For what reason? Why are we adding value? Certain pieces of value hold more weight than other pieces of value. Example, if you're serving married dads who are significantly overweight and they want to lose the fat because they feel like their wife's not attracted to them and their kids don't look up to them, giving them form tips on how they're bench pressing isn't going to move the needle nearly as much as teaching them how to get the fat off as quickly and sustainably as possible and how to get in muscular shape. Sure, you can talk about the benefits of bench pressing, you can talk about the benefits of squatting, you can talk about how they can split their workouts, and at some point you could tell them about form. But if all your videos are all over the place and there's not a specific core theme, they're not going to stick around. If you have every single day of the week is a different piece of value, and it's like bench press form one day, squat form the other, how to get more protein in your diet, how to lose fat, more core form, that's not going to be enough. You need to front load the value with things that solve their burning problems. And specifically, you need to give them actionable tips that solve their burning problems. So if the burning problem is losing weight and keeping it off because they're afraid they're not gonna live past 50, you need to talk to them about that. Don't just add value, because if you're going with the value add, well, you can think, well, this is kind of valuable, this is kind of valuable, let me do all these things. And that's not how you should be doing your marketing. Figure out what their burning, most severe problems are that will cause them to act, and talk about how they can solve those. So anyways, I don't have a vendetta against Gary Vee, and if he sees this, what up? But at the end of the day, I think that the value you provide for people depends on how specific you get with who you serve, what kind of transformation you lead them through, what results they're gonna get, and how you get them. Not just by adding value and doing more. And you're not the niche, you're not the niche, you're not the niche. Don't ever forget that. Billie Eilish wrote a book, nobody read it, nobody bought it, nobody cared, because they don't care about Billie Eilish's writing, they care about her music. Anyways, I'm getting frustrated now, so I'm gonna go. But if you like this video, please drop a like, subscribe, drop a comment. All of it is extremely appreciated. And if you want another video, it's right there. I'll see you soon.